All right, guys, I did promise you that I would make a patch notes video, so here we are. My internet is currently down, so hopefully it will be up soon so I can actually upload it. Luckily, I had this site up, so yeah, I figure I might as well do this video since I can't stream. Plan is to go live on Twitch though and check out the game, and I'll also talk about the new season stuff with you guys. But let's go through the patch notes and the stuff they're discussing in this article. So yeah, quickly go through the manhunt here. So today, Tuesday, they started with season 1, right, which I did cover yesterday. Keener is back, and can Keener be trusted, or is it the enemy of our enemy, truly our friend, blah blah blah. I don't think we care too much about that because we have gone through that, right? But you can see the calendar here. So target Echo, which is today, target Hercules, Leto, and Nyx. You can see the date there, July 9, August 6th, and September 3rd. And also today is when the one Endgame start, which I did go through in the previous video. And we will have a apparel event, Crossroads, on June 25th. So as I went through yesterday, just quickly rewrap it here. So one Endgame, everybody can get to level 40, even if you don't have Warlords of New York. Is the Warlords of New York expansion completely useless? No, as far as I understand, you will be able to, like, to access the New York and those missions, you need the expansion. You will, however, be able to get the SHD watch at 40, even if you don't have it. So you only get the missions in New York and New York access with the expansion. Some people are a bit pissed about this. I personally don't understand it. If you bought it 2020, right? Then you had it for like 4 years. So I think you got your worth, right? You had 4 years early access. And even if, yeah, and it still gives you access to New York, right? So I think all in all, we should just be happy with it. That's at least how I see it. More new players, better for the game, better for the community as a whole, right? So they did take away World Tier completely from the game. So there's no more World Tier. So they adjusted the leveling, right? And the gear score appropriately. Rates are at 40. Control points, alerts are now available after Tidal Basin. Global difficulty now available at 40. So that's good. Specializations at level 30. And yeah, I mean, I don't think there's too much stuff that really matters here. So let's just move forward. I'm mainly interested in the new gear. So we have a commendation. They took away the hardcore gear distinction commendation, since it's not relevant anymore because of the World Tier system removal, I guess, yeah. So if you have it from before, you will still keep it, but you can't get it. And to compensate from that, they're adding a new few commendations to Descent. Talking about commendations, though, I think it's extremely important for the season 2.0 that they have a lot of commendation and stuff. And I will definitely make a video talking about that. I think that's planned for tomorrow. But in short, I think forcing people into season 2.0 is not the way to go, or seasonal characters. But yeah, I will make a video about that tomorrow. Most likely, if I go live today, I will talk about it on the stream. So you can see the new Descent commendations right here, right? But here is the interesting part: gear, weapon, and talents. So here is the new exotic weapon called Overlord. So it's a KSG variant, right? As you can see here. I would like to zoom in on the picture. I mean, I guess I can do it like this. But I have no internet, right? So this is the best we can do. So it looks pretty dope. It was really underwhelming in the PTS. However, though, it did get buffed. So it used to be 2% movement speed for each pellet. Now it's 4%, so literally double. So instead of being 2 times 8, right, so 16% in total, now it's 32. So that's actually a pretty big buff. I have to test it to see if it's better now, though. It still sounds kind of low, but at least like a big buff from before. So it might actually be useful now, especially in combination with the other talents, right? So at least they got buffed. We take a look at the new exotic gear, and this exotic is what I was way more interested in. which is the Acosta knee pads. And I think they actually are pretty cool. Sadly though, nothing changed since PTS, so the values and everything is the same. And I love actually the concept of this. I just think the values are a bit too low. I cannot remember how the talents are on the actual gear piece, like if it comes with red, crit chance, crit damage. Like, it needs to at least have really good stats on it, so the stats are like perfect. But personally, I would love to see the stats being randomly rolled, and that you could roll them yourself as well. Sure, it would change the bouncing, but it would make it so you would have to farm the item a bit more than once, which, yeah, it can be a downside with how many exotics we have, but I think that would be a bit more fun, and it would add a bit more uniqueness, and it would make certain exotics be more viable in different builds and more build variety, hopefully, right? So that would be cool. But yeah, I did make a video, by the way, about PTS, going through all the new gear. So if you want to see how these knee pads works and all that, make sure you check that video. It did get extremely little views, but it was a well-made video in my opinion, mainly going through how it works and some opinions as well, right? But I would love to see this buffed, but we will see. Maybe it will be useful, but I would love it to be the counter to the pesky skill builds and statuses, PvP-wise. And I just think 50%, yeah, I think it's just too low. But yeah, nothing changed there, sadly. We have the rifle gear set, which I also went through in the PTS video, so if you want to know how it works, check that one out. So luckily, thankfully, they kept the MMR damage. I was a bit worried that they would take this away, but it's staying, which is good, because this is 25% marksman rifle damage, and aces have 15%. So in some builds you would use aces, 2-piece, but this is gonna be a pretty big upgrade because 10% more damage to the sniper, right? The 3-piece staying the same. The 4-piece is staying exactly the same, except we will have 4% weapon damage per stack instead of 2, which is double. So that sounds actually pretty good. Like, I was playing around a bit with rifles, especially like M4, since it have so much bigger mag size, because it depends on like the mag size, how many stacks you can get. It felt really underwhelming, mainly because the uptime is really bad, but now you have double the damage from that. And I mean, if you have, I can't remember how many bullets, but 60, 70, 80 bullets, if you get double the amount, that's a lot of damage. That's like 100, 150 more damage, right? Weapon damage. So that could be pretty cool. So I will definitely check this one out and probably make a video covering this set. But if you want to know how it works, check out the PTS video. The new brand set, I actually forgot to check this before, but I think everything is staying the same, right? 15 mag size, 20 rifle damage, 30% weapon handling. Would be cool if they actually said in the patch notes what they changed though. Can't remember the named items, if they were 3% amplified damage or if it was less. I was not that impressed with this because it seemed really similar to other talents we had. So now it's 3%. So not sure if that's good or not. What I do know is about the Diamondback. In the PTS they upped it to 6 bullets. Now it's 8, which is actually pretty huge. Other than that, nothing really changed from the PTS. But it's getting increased in damage, and I mean 3 bullets more, which is a pretty big deal. Still though, one of the issues with Diamondback is that you have to reload it one bullet at a time, right? But Diamondback is an extremely fun gun, and I will definitely check this out again now, especially with this mag size buff. And you could probably, I haven't really thought about it or checked it out, but maybe you can combine it with a new brand set, which also gives you mag size. 15% on 8 bullets though, that's not that much. It's like, what, 1 more bullet? But the rifle damage there is of course really, really good. So we will also have a apparel event, which is Crossroads. I wish I could click in on it, but I can't. So this is so the apparel event will include items that will allow players to wear attire of their favorite characters from the Operation Crossroads trilogy. Now maybe that's a new, right? Because I clicked this yesterday on stream, and that was the books. So maybe this is a completely new one, yeah? I would assume so, because I haven't seen this before. Let me know in the comment section below, because I never really been that much into cosmetics. But I guess this is a completely new one, yeah? So that works like normal. Then we have Season Pass. $10. Nothing new there. But here's the interesting part though. And last but not least, to help agents stay fresh under the scorching sun in Washington, D.C., we will be hosting a special summer event this August. More information to come. I mean, we haven't really had that many events when it comes to Division, so I'm not gonna have my hopes too high. But I mean, a summer event, hopefully it's actually something good and fun. Thinking about events though, it brings me back to when I played Lost Ark, because they have had a lot of events, and those events were usually pretty fun. And I think that's something that Division could have as well, like having random events and stuff. Especially when it comes to Dark Zone, Conflict, like SHD, like give us like more loot drops a certain weekend, double experience during a weekend. Sometimes it could be like in Dark Zone, sometimes in Conflict, like give us something like that. That would be really good, because the game have a lot of good systems, but some of them are really underwhelming when it comes to rewards. So I think there's a lot of things they could do to actually like hype stuff up. And I think that's something I will cover whenever I start making the Division 2 in 2024. That's definitely something I want to talk about. But yeah, I think that's enough ranting. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I should have some Division 2 videos coming. I have some build videos I want to do. And as I said, Division 2 in 2024. Probably make a Conflict video. Probably make a Dark Zone video out of the stuff I have. And also Division 1 stuff. So I mean, there is a lot of Division stuff that I do want to do this year. So yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I catch you on the next YouTube video or on my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/widdz.